Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Inspired for Student Life. I'm your host Nechi.
And I'm your host, Thanda.
And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about preparations for the future. We chose this topic because we think that for most students, planning for the future can be a truly daunting task.
That's right. Whether it's anxiety over job security or difficulty choosing a career path or where to settle down could be a real headache.
So we thought that we should share some of our perspectives. So Thanda, let's start talking from career paths. What do you have in mind for your career path in the future?
For me, I'm leaning for finance. But my plan isn't to lock myself in a specific role. I see it as a critical first step, so I can use it in the future. I want to learn the technical skill sets about financial assessment or risk analysis and market understanding. These are flexible skills that will help me later on, whether I want to stay in the industry for a long term or have a startup later on.
I really agree with that perspective because for me as well, I haven't really fixated on a career path, even though I know that I want to do something in the creative industry. Because I want to follow passions that I've harbored my entire life. Because I don't think that doing something that I don't particularly enjoy or something that doesn't come naturally to me will be sustainable for many years. I think a part of planning is to be very realistic about what you are really good at and knowing what you will be able to sustain in the long run.
Is this perspective shaped by your work experience?
I think definitely. Trying out different type of jobs, such as writing for a magazine and working in sales, has really helped me to assess realistically what my strengths and weaknesses are. So I would definitely encourage most university students to try out some different part-time jobs, freelance jobs, and internships to understand in a practical workspace what really works for them, what suits them, and what could potentially be their weaknesses.
I totally agree with you on that real life experiences are irreplaceable. I learned that from my part-time job in sales. It's about communication and understanding what a customer or a client really wants. And that
Your real energy?
where my real energy comes from. It's not from these, but from analytical side of view, that working on a case behind the scene. Yes.
And lastly, let's talk about choosing where we should live for the future. Personally, I think that budget, accessibility, and convenience are some of the biggest factors when choosing somewhere to settle down in the future.
These are practical factors for a starting point. For me, who's going for finance, I would go for cities like global hubs, like Yangon or Singapore or London. Yeah, but you're right. It should be a balance between a budget and livability. So, for me, an ideal city would be a recognized financial center and a place that has community that could give me a life outside work. So, yeah, that would be pretty ideal.
I think that is such an important factor as someone who really values going to see cultural things and socializing outside of school and work. I think it's definitely something that we should consider. And I think Bangkok is a great place for that. So that is all that we wanted to share, and thank you for listening to our podcast.